We are all fascinated by the power of nature, and a lot of us like to see it in action when we're at a safe distance. But when it comes to volcanoes, people can be fascinated to the point where it gets dangerous because they love to visit them, even if they're active, which means they can erupt at any time. Today we look at the top 5 volcanoes that could be erupting soon. Number 1 is Mount Merapi. Mount Merapi is otherwise known as Gunung Merapi, which literally translates to Fire Mountain in Indonesian. That alone can give you an idea of how dangerous it can get. It's the most active volcano in Indonesia, and since 1548, it's erupted many times and quite regularly. You can find it, although you probably shouldn't, about 17 miles north of Yogyakarta City. The amazing thing is Yogyakarta has a population of about 2.4 million people, and thousands of them live amazingly close to this volcano. You talk about fearless. Imagine living somewhere where you know that a lot of people have died because of the volcano and that at any moment you could open your window and see smoke rising from it. Just for the record, so you don't think we're overreacting, the latest eruption happened on the 27th of March 2020, then again on June 21st, 2020. But if you still want to visit, we're sure those locals there will tell you that it's all good and safe. After all, they choose to live there, don't they? Number 2, Mount Stromboli. Stromboli is a small island in Italy, which contains Mount Stromboli, and it's located off the north coast of Sicily. The name Stromboli derives from the Greek word stranuili, which means round or circle, and it's named this because it seems round when you see it from a distance. Stromboli is one of the 3 active volcanoes in Italy, and it's one of the 8 Aeolian Islands, which is a volcanic arc north of Sicily. Surprisingly, even though the volcano's erupted many times, there's still people living on the island, although the population is no more than 500. The Stromboli is 926 meters above sea level, and at its peak it has 3 active craters. Another interesting thing about the Stromboli, and yes, I love saying the name, it's a significant geological feature which is called Sierra de Fuego, which translates to stream of fire, and it's a big horseshoe-shaped depression, say that 3 times fast, that was created in the last 13,000 years by several collapses on the northwest side of the cone. Mount Stromboli has been in almost continuous eruption for the past 2 to 5,000 years. That's a long time to be angry, my friend. Number 3 is Eyjafjallajokul. It seems like everything that has to do with this volcano is a problem. I mean, first off, let's talk about the elephant in the room. What is up with that name? I mean, even phonetically, I have trouble reading that one out loud. One more time. Eyjafjallajokul. What is that? On a more serious note, though, this volcano, which from now on we're going to call it the unnamed one, has managed to cause an enormous disruption to air travel across Western and Northern Europe for a whole week when it erupted on the 14th of April 2010. It left behind ash clouds that were so large that the daylight was entirely obscured in many areas. This might have disrupted plane flights, but the locals were concerned about something else, and that was the flooding, because when the volcano erupted, all the ice that melted caused serious problems. Thankfully, it was better than they feared, with most of the melted ice going down into rivers. Old No Name consists of a volcano that's completely covered by an ice cap, which covers a huge area of about 100 square kilometers. Wow. Okay, I think we're ready to try it again. Let's go. Eyjafjallajokul. Yeah. Okay. It's a stratovolcano. It's 1,651 meters at its highest point, and it does have a crater that's 3 to 4 kilometers in diameter and open to the north side. Number 4 is Kalaui. Kalaui is thankfully a little easier to pronounce, not a lot, but it's an active shield volcano in the Hawaiian Islands. It's considered the most active of the 5 volcanoes that together form the island of Hawaii, and it is on the southeastern shore of the island. Although this volcano is 280,000 years old, it emerged above sea level about 100,000 years ago, and the last time it erupted was between 1983 and 2018, continuously. That caused a lot of property damage and even the destruction of some towns in Kalapana and Kaumu, along with a famous black sand beach. During the 2018 Lower Puna eruption, 24 lava vents erupted downdrift from the summit in Puna, and if that wasn't enough, The eruption was accompanied by a strong earthquake on May 4th of a 6.9, which caused about 2,000 residents to have to evacuate their houses. On May 17, 2018, just as everyone was recovering from the blow, well, the volcano explosively erupted at the summit in Halemaumau, throwing ash 30,000 feet in the air. Now, that's a volcano we do not want to be nearby at any moment for whatever reason. Number 5 is Volcanic Colima, also known as Volcán de Fuego. The Volcán de Colima is part of the Colima Volcanic Complex, and it's in Mexico. 3,820 meters tall and considered one of the most dangerous to visit. Why? Well, let's see. As of 2015, it was considered one of the most active in Mexico and North America. One of the largest eruptions was January 20th through 24th, 1913, and it's erupted more than 40 times since 1576. On the recent years, the activity of the volcano was characterized by extrusion of viscous lava forming a lava dome, and occasional larger explosions forming pyroclastic flows and dusting the area surrounding volcanoes with ash and tephra. The latest explosion happened January 18, 2017, and it spewed ash up to 4 kilometers above the crater. Now, if you're really curious about it, though, we have good news. You don't have to visit in order to see it, because in 2018, a webcam was installed close to the volcano and you can watch its activity in real time. Well, there you have it for today. Those were the top 5 volcanoes that could erupt soon. Which one did you find particularly interesting and why? Do you know of any others that we might have missed from the list? Well, tell us in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Phenomenon.